YouTube, what is up? We are doing stage 2 of Pickems today. We're currently 4 out of 4 at 100%. The gamble on FPX paid off. I said that Foot might struggle against some of their new comps, especially when it came to Sunset. They really struggled. Lotus was a little bit closer than I thought. Honestly, thought FPX would have been good for Lotus and Icebox as well. In my opinion, FPX got their 3 best maps, and they had obviously brought in a new Sunset comp as well, which was really well thought out. Probably the best macro in a Chinese team that I've seen outside of EDG. So that was really, really sick to watch. So, love what I saw from FPX. They got the 2 maps that I thought they needed to get in the map pool to win. And they did. Gen.G Lev wasn't as close as I thought. I thought it would be a little bit closer. Lev kind of looked a little bit off. I feel like Mazzino didn't hit his stage 1 performance. And I feel like Com in this team is still kind of missing a little bit, lacking, especially when it just comes to pure fragging. Like the util and the clutches are still there, but the actual just overall fragging is somewhat lacking to maybe the levels that we would expect. So that was like my main takeaway. T1G2 was a lot closer as well. So that was a pretty fun game. Maybe you could argue that T1 should have won this on Lotus. So, with that said, let's get into this, and we're just going to go this way. We're just going to go from right to left. And Dragon Range and Gaming, they lost 4 out of 4 pistols today, so it was actually a little bit closer than the score suggests. For Heretics, obviously, Heretics very good at snowballing. But I have to go with Foot. If I'm looking at DRG, especially when it's their Icebox, they don't play to how the Harbor comp should be played. They don't lean into the strengths of it. They just kind of play it normally. They don't really insert any players on attack. They don't really map control, and they don't really 4-1. It was a lot of 5-person Valorant, which I don't think can fly too well on their map pick. Sunset looked a little bit better, but out of what I'm seeing, it's so many individual performances winning them rounds that can't be a factor to win you a best of 3. So I think they can get a map. I can't see them getting 2 maps, but yeah, maybe they prove me wrong, but I'm going to have to go with Foot on this one for sure. Would be absolutely mad if Foot lost to both the Chinese teams. Definitely EMEA would get a little bit clowned on for that for sure. But yeah, I think Foot are going to be okay with this one. Lev against T1. Now, T1 look a little bit better than I thought. That is for sure. Lev, kind of what I was saying earlier, right? The individuals just feel like it's not up to the level. We got the Aspas, texture game that we wanted in terms of both of them performing. But overall, I felt like Lev played good enough to beat T1. I do know that T1 should be getting Lotus in the map pool, which I think would be a win for them. That's going to be their map pick. So I do think that T1 probably are going to maybe even be a map up when you look at this. But once I look at like individually all the other maps, I do think that Lev just has the advantage on those other maps. So I'm going to say that Lev wins this, but T1 will go win Lotus, and there's a good chance they win one of the other maps. So even though this is probably one-sided, I would give this like a 60-40 in terms of percent. I think this is a lot closer than what people would imagine. So that's where I'm at with it. T1 could upset this for sure. Then we move on to FPX Gen.G, and the good news for Gen.G is they banned Sunset, and that is, in my opinion, from what I saw the other day, maybe even FPX's best map. Then we have Icebox, and then we have Lotus, and even when I look at them, I just think Gen.G are going to be okay. My main worry about Gen.G and why I thought this game might be close was because Karen in Split 1 wasn't performing up to the Madrid kickoff levels. But he is today. He was today. So that makes me a lot more confident with going for Gen.G. When I look at the percentages here, I think like 70-30 is probably where I'm at. I'm trying to work out if I could give Gen.G more of a percentage here. But honestly, with how wild FPX play, I can't give them anything less than 30 just because I know that they have good upset potential. Good news for Gen.G is they play against Paper X a lot, and they should be, if they get into that mind frame of these guys are just going to push us, then then they should be ready for this one. Now, on to the hard one. G2 against Heretics, and where on earth do I go with this one? I was thinking about this a little bit. Normally I have like my Pickems picked ahead. Like, I kind of plan it a little bit. These three were fine to do. This one, not so much. I'm all over the place. Let's kind of think about map pool a little bit. Heretics. Heretics will want to play. So Heretics will ban Ascent, which G2 is G2's best map. And G2 would ban Heretics map, which is Sunset. So their perma bans are the other team's best map. And then we've got Bind, which I think G2 would win. Then we've got Split, which I think would be crazy close. Like maybe G2. Let's write this. G2, then G2. That would be close though. Lotus, which is a 50-50. I would maybe say that Heretics are more... Yeah, let's just leave that blank. Then you got Icebox. And I do... Okay, this is going to sound mad. But G2 should win Icebox. But what I think is going to happen is Heretics... Sorry, because G2 lost against T1, because T1 did the counter comp to the retake comp, I think that G2 will think that their Icebox isn't as good, and Heretics have had okay performances on it, that they won't pick Icebox, and Heretics will second ban it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we won't get Icebox. Let's say that Heretics win Lotus, in my opinion, and then... What is the map? So I think Icebox is going to get banned. Split, Bind. What is the other map? Breeze. I think Heretics wins Breeze from what I've seen. When I watched G2 play this map, it was a lot down to Leaf performing heavy, and it just looked like a bailout from his end. I'm not sure he can do that again. So we're at 3-2, but I'm really confident that Icebox isn't going to get picked. So we're kind of at 2-2. So that doesn't help me at all. Let's think. Oh man, I don't know. I think Breeze might be third map, and I think that's gonna be Heretics, because I think G2 picks Split, Heretics pick Lotus, and then Breeze is third map. So I think I'm going with Heretics after that, which is mad. But yeah, this probably backfires. This is the hardest one to call at the moment. I'm going to stick with Heretics. I can easily see G2 playing this and winning this. But yeah, I'm just going to go with what I've seen and just how well Heretics slot into this role. If the map pool goes a different way to what I'm thinking, then I think G2 has it. But yeah, this is a 50-50, by the way, for people that are wondering. This is a 50-50. Why do I want to click G2? Bind. I wish I was inside the head of the coaches and actually working out like where they were going map pool wise. I think it all comes down to if G2 actually go for Icebox, and I don't think they're going to, because that T1 performance has rattled them, and I think that'll cost them it. We're locking it in. Okay. Yeah, I will see you guys on the stream tomorrow if you want to join. Thank you so much for all of the support. Appreciate the subs as well. Been getting a lot of subs, so if you could carry on doing that as well, could carry on making the sub count go up, I really do appreciate it. And I will, yeah, I'll see you on the stream, and I'll see you on the next video. And hopefully we're still at 100%. We'll see. All right, peace.